Right now I'm going to show you a video on early spring bass fishing slash finesse slash whatever, search bass fishing, whatever you're doing, looking for new ponds. I like to stick 2 rods in a backpack, basically just, least amount of equipment possible so you can be very mobile when you're fishing, because usually smaller ponds around here in Chicago at least are small and you can't get a boat on them, so smaller you can go, the lighter you can go, the better. First rod I like to use is my St. Croix Mojo bass rod paired with a Quantum Energy PT reel. I got 30-pound test Power Pro on it, and then I got a leader of 6-pound test Vanish. I like the 6-pound test right now just because it's really light and it's, the fish can't see it. But out of water it has a, well, you can't see because it's not cold right now, but out of water it has like a very bright high-vis orange color to it, and when it hits the water it immediately goes clear again. Well, I've been fishing on this thing actually, Texas rigs and stuff, but I decided to put I forgot what the company is, but it's a spider jig, and for trailer I have a Strike King, it's a coffee trailer or something like that, trailer crawl, whatever, and I got half of that on there because a full crawl I noticed when you put it on it doesn't get all the way on there, so we put a half a crawl and it still works good. Still has a good action to it. That's my, I guess, bigger fish rod, and you gotta fish it really slowly because it's spring, cold water. Fish it very slowly, very gently, and twitch it here or there, and you should, have some fish. My other rod is a Quantum Energy PT. That's also a 7-foot medium action. They both are, and they're also both fast action, fast taper. So it's another 7-foot medium action fast taper rod. This one also has a Quantum Energy PT reel. Yeah, this is my Quantum combo, basically. Well, they both are, but the other one is a St. Croix. On this rod, I like throwing wacky rigs, drop shots, shaky heads, lighter Texas, so like your Texas rig, finesse plastic, stuff like that. I like this rod for that purpose. Right now, actually, I have it tied on a Texas rig. Not Texas rig, sorry, drop shot rig. And I got the hook to weigh about 8 inches. I got polymer knot for the hook itself, because every time I tie a polymer, it stands perfectly, as you can see here. Right, perfect standing straight hook. And then instead of using a drop shot weight, which I do use sometimes, but over in the lakes around here there's a lot of rocks and they catch them and immediately get rid of them. And there's only usually like 6 in a pack on those drop shot weights, so I just like tying a bell weight to it, and it'll last longer than those drop shots. You might have to retie a couple times, so it's better than losing all 6 of your weights in a couple of minutes. So yeah, that rod's usually my finesse rod, drop shotting, wacky worms, lighter Texas rigs, sometimes spinners, depending on how big the spinner is. If it's a 1/16th ounce spinner like I do with the burner spinner for striking, then I'll throw it on the spinning rod usually. And then the St. Croix I use it for spinners, crankbaits, Texas rigs, Carolina rigs, all that stuff too. Let me show you some of the plastics I have that I like using. One of my favorites is the Strike King Perfect Plastic, Kevin Van Dam. This one's watermelon. I caught a couple good fish with this on a wacky rig. Next thing, now this is my go-to, plastic. I live and die with this plastic right here. I'm the drop shot on a weedless Texas rig. It's a super pintail from Jackal. This is actually Ghost Baby Bass color, and I live and die by this bait right here. Yeah. Here's another pack. These are in perch. I haven't tried these yet. They're unopened. They might work. Another thing I just started using is the cover crawl from Jackal. I'm a Jackal person. Jackal and Strike King for me. The cover crawl, I went to the Bussy one where I discharged, and I got a couple good fish on it to follow it, to hit it. But only problem is it feels soft, but I guess it's kind of beefy for the. Even though I'm using good size, X point, wide gap worm hooks, they're still not getting a good hook set, so you really gotta set it. But I'm just scared, ripping them out of their mouth. It's springtime. They're really delicate fish usually. So these guys are alright. I'm getting hits on them, so in the summer I'll probably do better. I'm fishing weedless, weightless. Instead of going normal with the crawfish, where you go from back to front, I go front to back, and that's what they recommend. So that when you cast it, it glides even farther out. So that's good. Got a couple other things I can show you. Oh yeah, the wacky tool. This is pretty good. I like this. Springtime. I'm not a big fan for springtime just because the bass, they see the hook that gets even more exposed now, and they're kind of sketchy when they see that hook. So I'm not using that right now. I'm just going straight to the bait. And I also like using the Jackal Flick Shakes, but I just ran out of them last weekend, so I can't show you those. Alright, my tackle box is kind of messy, but I'll show you anyway. Well, this is my basically hooks and weight box. Drop shotting, I like using just regular Gamakatsu drop shot, split shot hooks. For wacky rigging, I like using sometimes just a drop shot hook, plain, that's it, on a wacky when they're subsurface. But when the bass are deeper, I like throwing this Jackal wacky jig head. I've caught a couple of fish on it. It's a really nice jig head. I like it for wacky rigging. This is basically what I use for weedless fishing, weedless, weightless, Texas rigging, Carolina rigging, whatever. This is my hook. It's the Gamakatsu, either 6-odd or you know, one of the smaller hooks. And just because I don't throw that much big stuff around here, well, in Chicago, the lakes around here are heavy fish, so you gotta go with the smaller stuff. I'll throw usually this kind of hook, and bleeding bait and just normal. But recently I've been introduced to this hook. It's called the X point hook. You can't see it from here, I don't think, but the point has an X in it. You can kind of see it, but it's got basically an X point if you look at it from above. And I love this hook now. Like, I'm hooked on this thing. This thing, you barely have to set the hook, and you still got a really good hook set. I mean, you can get that through that thick cartilage, and the bass slip. You can get through there with no problem. So that's good. Texas rigging, Carolina rigging. I like using these steel bullet weights. I got them off Tackle Warehouse. I like these guys. They're heavy. They get to their bottom fast. Lead free. That's good. For frog fishing, just a bigger worm hook. That's pretty much that. All right, now let me show you one last thing and wrap it up. Alright, this is the striking burner. It's got these burner blades that are really thin. You know, they spin fast like you're burning a spinner, but you really can just slow roll it and just look at that fast spin that you want usually from a spinner. Now this is actually the baby size. It's 1/16 of an ounce in striking section shed, and it's 1/16 of an ounce. This is called the baby burner. But I got another one right here. And this is 3/4 ounce. Around here we have Matter Lake over here. I got a nice sized northern on this thing. Got a couple of bass also. My brother got a really good sized one at one of these private ponds by us. So my favorite spinner so far is this burner striking. So I recommend this this spinner of all spinner rates usually. And they have a striking bottom dweller. It looks like it'll work. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll put a review on it when I try it. So this is my favorite spinner right here. Is this burner. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So stay with 2 rods, a backpack. Like I got a backpack here. 2 rods, backpack. 4 boxes. That's all I need. Oh, here I actually have 3 boxes. 3 boxes, a bag of plastics, and you're good to go. Just look for the fish, and you'll be all right. So and yeah, be patient when you're fishing, because right now they're really slow. From what I noticed, they're very, very slow when they're going for the strike. So you gotta be patient with them. So thanks for watching.